Hi, everyone. This is Mike Judkins, co founder of estatesales.org and gsaler.com, where you can find garage sale and estate sale listings online. And today we are very excited to welcome Danni Ackerman. Danni is an expert eBay seller and estate sale and garage sale buyer. She runs a very active Facebook group called the Danni app where she talks about all things resale. And she is the author of Storage Lockers for Fun and Profit, contributing author for the Home Run Guide, and is currently working on her next book called Antiques Arbitrage. So welcome, Danni.
Hello.
So let's just talk a little bit about what you do and how you got your start.
Well, I kind of grew up in the resale world with a single mom who had to live frugally. So learned early on the value of going to yard sales, garage sales, and the like to get stuff. And just learned that when eBay came along and the internet and that whole crazy fad,
Hmm.
that it was also a great way to make money, and been doing it ever since.
Great. So where do you kind of source your finds? So you resell on eBay and you go to yard sales, estate sales, and thrift stores, right?
Yep.
So some people out there are probably wondering how much is it really possible to make buying things at yard sales, thrift shops, and then reselling them online, places like eBay. If you really do this on a full-time basis, what's a realistic income, would you say?
Well, that's the beauty of it is you can make as little or as much as you need to or want to make, on up to making this a full-blown company with employees.
Hmm.
But for me, I started out as a hobby, and it was just extra income. It was that, go out to dinner money that I would make, and,
Right.
and it was just fun in the beginning. And when my husband lost his job during the whole
Yeah, the economy
the economy
downturn.
crash. He came home one day with his pink slip. His company was closing, and said, "Well, can we make a living doing this?" And I like said, "Absolutely." And we did that for 3 years. We supported a family of four, and we're comfortable, profiting between $3,000 to $5,000 a month. That
Wow.
was good for us, and we didn't have to work too hard at that. Um, that was just, working a 40-hour week at it,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
that worked really
That's
well.
that's actually amazing. So you can actually make a living doing this. So, how do you, when you go yard sailing, when you're planning your route, how do you really go about selecting the best sales to go to for finding items for resale?
Well, it used to be just get in the car and find signs and waste a whole lot of time.
Uh-huh.
Then, of course, Craigslist came along, and of course, now people are advertising, and you can kind of, go through all the Craigslist ads and figure out, and then,
Right.
but still, there's a lot of time and homework. And then I found your app, gsaler.com.
Uh-huh.
Now I pull it up, it knows right where I'm at, and I can select all the sales. It gives me a nice drawn out map of, the route I want to take,
Uh-huh.
and now it's all streamlined.
So that is, you just bring your iPad with you on your sale, and you got your co-pilot with you, obviously not looking up the sales while driving, but the app is G-Sailor, garage sale website and iPhone app, which you can bring up on your iPad and also your iPhone. And it just works just as well on the if you go to the website gsaler.com. So, is there any kind of things that you avoid or look for in specific when you're planning your route?
Yeah, well, I love moving sales.
Okay.
Moving sales to me means motivation. These people are moving, they don't want to pack this stuff and move it, they want to sell it. So they're going to be a lot easier to deal with on prices.
Aha.
And I tend to stay away from those that advertise antiques. You would think that would be something that I would look for, being an antiques and collectibles dealer.
Right.
But really, that tells me those people either they really know what they have and they're going to price it, at market value, which doesn't really work for a reseller, or they're emotionally attached and they think their stuff is just worth, thousands of dollars when
Right.
it's really not. So those are kind of a waste of time usually.
Okay. So if I were to use this app to find sales, one thing I could do is basically search in the filter for stuff like moving or everything must go, sort of terms like that that
Yeah.
would really indicate a buyer that was very motivated to get rid of their stuff.
Yeah, I love that everything must go. That
Okay.
tells me they want to sell it.
Okay, good to know. And then also, there's certain, I imagine that you find certain niches of items to be things that you look for, like good candidates for resale. It might be children's clothing, name brand children's clothing, or it might be, Disney DVDs or something. Is there anything like that that you typically keep your eye out for?
Yeah, so definitely. I mean, those that sell those particular niche, I mean, kids stuff is abundant at a lot of yard sales.
Right.
So that's something that's really easy to find, and usually people will put that in their ads.
Uh-huh.
Children's toys or baby clothes, things like that. Something to remember too is certain neighborhoods. Know your neighborhoods
Mm-hmm.
because newer housing communities generally they're more family oriented. There's newer families with kids moving in, whereas your older neighborhoods have people that have lived there, 30 or 40 years. Now those are probably more likely to have your antiques and collectibles and
Right.
things like that, and less toys and children's things.
Okay, no, that's very good to know. So know your neighborhood and tie that in with your strategy when you're going out planning your yard sale treasure hunt. You've been doing this for, over 10 years. Is there any big win that you could think of in terms of something that you found at a yard sale and then resold that you'd like to share?
Well, I every time I go out, I get big wins.
Uh-huh.
I always find things that I can buy for a buck or two, and some sell for over 100, 200.
Wow.
Just recently, I found a pair of taxidermied pheasants,
Yeah.
older.
Okay.
The lady wanted 25 for the pair, and I talked her down to 20. And so I got
Yeah.
these basically for 10 bucks a piece. And I just shipped one to Australia, sold for $150.
Wow, that's amazing. So these types of finds, I mean, literally, you just more than 5 times made your money back on that, and this is like a regular occurrence for you.
Oh, yeah, every time I go out.
Wow, that's amazing. So you can make a living on this, and it's fun because you never know what you're going to find. And mobile technology these days is evolving to the point where it's making this a lot easier to do. And still, a lot of people don't know about it. But for those that are savvy enough to know about it, they really have a useful advantage to helping them make a good living and to helping them find items that they're looking for. That's
I tell
great.
online sellers all the time, one of my biggest things they hear me say is time is money. So anything that saves you time
Uh-huh.
is putting money in your pocket.
Right. That definitely makes sense. And with today's gas prices, you want to have your plan together before you just go out willy-nilly and take the luck of the draw, so to speak, on going down that rabbit hole of a route that may end up to not the best sale. So those are really great tips, Danny. I really appreciate you joining us today. If you are interested in learning more about how you can make extra cash reselling your yard and estate sale finds, check out Danny's website at www.thedanniapp.com. That's TheDanniapp.com. She's also got a very active Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/the Danny app. And you can also follow her resale success on eBay at her eBay store, which is utterlygoodstuff.com with 2 D's. And that's all for now. Thanks very much, Danny, for joining us.
Thank you.